Makosi, welcome to my channel. We're going to talk about Initiation School of Healers, and this is for self-initiate. Remember that as self-initiate, a lot of things happen to us in the dream state, meaning that our training will happen in the dream state. Instead of going to a healer to help you initiate you, where you see a lot of things happening as they're supposed to happen because that is your school, right? Your people will take you to spiritual school. I am not talking about when you dream you're at school, when you dream you're at university. Now we're talking about strictly Initiation School of Healers. Bongaka. Now, this is based on someone was sharing the most important, beautiful things that are happening. Now, remember these things that are happening. Now, let me just explain it so that you understand it. When we are preparing you for the journey ahead, right? We have to mentally prepare you in the dream state to show you that the journey ahead needs a lot of physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual understanding. Now, when you go into initiation school, remember these things will happen in the dream state, right? When you're going to initiation school. Now, this is totally different from what you know. Now, it will depend on who's taking you to this initiation school. Sometimes you will have Abalozi taking you to the initiation school. Now, we are not talking about the spirits taking you to the initiation school. Now, your ancestors who got in contact with Abalozi, right? This one is very important. Now, when you have ancestors, they speak the language in there, like your Abalozi spirit, the ancestors that come with Abalozi, they speak the language. Let's say they speak Zulu, they speak Ndebele, they speak Sesotho, they speak Swahili, they speak all other languages, right? Your ancestors, right? We're not talking about Abalozi spirit. Your ancestors, when they are taking you to initiation school, now this is very important. It is very important. They are taking you to Koma, Bongaka, initiation school. So there are different kind of principles. Remember that the Zulus, their initiation school will be slightly different from Basotho's initiation school. I'm talking about your ancestors. Your Basotho ancestors might train you different from your Bazulu ancestors, and they might train you different from your Vavenda ancestors. The Vavenda ancestors might train you different from your Bakongo ancestors. Your Bakongo ancestors might train you different from the Shona ancestors. Now, this is very important for self-initiation. It's very important. Let me just read this first and then I'll go there. How you go to the initiation school of healers. It depends on who is taking you to the school of Bongaka, right? The practitioners. What is ahead of you, where you are going, and how you're going to be learning, right? At initiation school, we learn how things are done in order to become a healer. You would have been on the training, but now they're taking you directly to initiation school, right? They're now taking you, they're showing you that you are now going to initiation school. It is strictly there. You're going to be in initiation school with others, right? Now this is where it gets even more beautiful, right? You're gonna be, they're training you how to be a healer and how to run your own school, meaning that how to become a healer and how to have a practice place and how to have people coming to you to initiate in your practice. Now, we'll get there. It is a beautiful experience that when you have been told it is your time, right? We need to celebrate before we even leave our places because we're going to be coming back with lots of information, knowledge, wisdom, and skills. In the dream state, your people will tell you that it is time to go, or they'll show you packing, heading towards initiation school of healers, right? This happened in dream state. I'll go there. There are lots of many initiation schools that healers go to. They are saying there's schools and universities, we keep on going higher up the levels to acquire more knowledge, right? But it's different from the school dreams and the dreams where you are in school or when you're in university. This one is totally different. You are going to you're going to become like a proper healer, a proper practitioner. Now you're going to school of healers, Koma, where when you come back, you're going to come back as a practitioner who understand what it means to be a practitioner. And depending on the ancestors who are taking you there or the spirits that are taking you there, then you're going to understand everything that has to be done according to that tribe. We'll get to that. Now, timeline. Timeline, it means the moment that they tell you that it is time to go, the moment they tell you, they show you getting ready to go to the initiation school in the dream. The moment some of our ancestors, they will do like it's like their games, right? Ancestors do like beautiful games. Sometimes they will be like they're stealing you. They're stealing you in the middle of the night. You're sleeping and you've got lots of people stealing you and they're running away with you. I mean that they take you to initiation school. So with this one, it will depend on which ancestors, what tribe, because each tribe have got different ways of initiating healers. And it becomes so beautiful while you're there because you learn about how different tribes initiate their people. Now, let's finish this and we'll get there. Okay, so as well, you'll be learning about the history of Bongaka and the healers, practitioners, the history of that and how the whole thing is called, how we become healers, how things are done as a healer, the conduct of a healer, depending on who. Remember that everyone has got their own principles on how they train their own people. Like Basotho will train you differently. The Shonas will train you differently. The Zulus will train you differently. The others will train you differently. It will depend, because remember that the whole thing is about learning. Because remember, you're a historian, so you have to understand the history of your people. So they'll be teaching you how things are done, even the names of things in the language that those people who are taking you will be training you there. Let's say, like for me, if the Zulu ancestors training me, that means they'll be speaking isiZulu. If they are Basotho ancestors taking me to training to teach me about Bongaka, that means they'll be teaching me about what we call this in Sesotho, what we call this in this language, what we call this in this language. Now, if I've got Bakongo ancestors and they're taking me to initiation school in Congo, right? That means they'll be teaching me about how things are done in Congo, right? The Bakongo, right? They'll be teaching me how in an ancient way they were doing things and the names they were calling it. Because remember that I'm a historian. I have to keep the history of our people alive and going. Remember that as healers, that's what we are meant to be doing. The history of our people going and thriving. So the language is very important in this kind of initiation school. So we'll get there. Okay, time is not specified. So the moment they tell you that you're going, or the moment you see yourself packing, now this is very important. And for me, I love this bit, because every person's the trip to where they're taking you to that sacred side, where they're going to be training you, is very important for each person. Let's say you are from South Africa and they're taking you to Congo. Or let's say you are from South Africa, they're taking you to Zimbabwe, because their Bashona ancestors want to train you in Zimbabwe in the sacred side. And they will take you the time from South Africa going to Zimbabwe, the time from South Africa going to Congo, the time from South Africa going to wherever that they're taking you in any part of Africa or in South Africa itself. It will depend, because even with the timeline, it will show us there. Because remember that they're trying to teach you about how things were done in ancient way. So you are taken away from home. You are on the trip going to the initiation school, right, of healers. So remember that now we've got different kind of transport. In the olden days, they didn't have the kind of transport we have, but they want to teach you as well about the ancient way of things. So the journey might take 2 days, might take 3 days, might take a week, might take 2 weeks before you get to the destination. It is very important that we record the timeline, because it is very important for us as historians. I'm talking about us traditional healers. It is very important to keep the timeline, so we can tell that, oh, from where I am, let's say you're in Joburg. From Joburg, if I'm being taken to Bulawayo, it would have taken my ancestors in the olden days this many days to reach that destination. And the destination they're taking me to, it is very important. It is very important because those are sacred sites, sacred spiritual sites, where they're going to be training you, where initiation school used to be. Those are very important. You need to remember the names and record them down, because remember that a lot of our history is lost in this. You know how things have been done to us as African. So a lot of our spiritual sacred sites are we no longer know about them, or if we know about them, they've changed name, they've put different names to them. So when they're giving you names, you have to remember that there is a spiritual sacred site where healers used to go to train. And these kind of healers are not just healers. These were different kind of healers who will go to those sacred sites to train. Remember, it is very important. It is very, very important, that one. It's very important. Please, let's keep our history alive, and this is for our heritage. So that one, and okay, and the reason for the sacred, the site that they choose for you, that is very important. It's very important. Anyway, let's get to the next one. Okay, now the first thing is that when they're taking you from your house, remember that they will make a scenario, the way ancestors do scenarios in our dreams. When they're taking you from your house, they're taking you to that place. They'll create it in the way that you will understand. Remember that they'll make it fun. But some people, they get scared because the way they're taken is different, right? Some people they're stealing you from your family. Some they're letting you know you're going there. You know, you can see yourself, you're going somewhere you don't even know. You're getting a lot of you don't get excited because you get scared. But it is the most exciting thing in your spiritual journey. When that is happening, it is the most important, and it needs to be celebrated with your family. Even though it is spiritual school, everything that is done in the spiritual school, it is in the ancient way things used to be done. You will tend to understand our people in the way that they used to do their things, not the way that things are done now, like with adaptations, right, of new system. Like in the olden days, the way they were doing things, it is special. So please become a historian. This is very important for our people. Okay. The way they take you home, they will depend on the ancestors or the spirits and the culture behind the game. So when they say the culture behind the game, it means that if they are Basotho, they will play their games like this. When they're making sure that you understand that they're taking you somewhere to school as a healer. You're going to initiation school. They will do their games, right? It is just important. It's just that everyone knows that when things like this are happening, everyone within your community and the family, they know that you're going to initiation school. Now, modernity is that when you're going to initiation school, everyone will know that you pack your bags lightly as you can, because you're going to be staying in someone's house, right? But now our ancestors, they want to take us back to the roots. So they're showing us how things were done in an ancient ways, right? That is very important to remember that. So the way they take you is different. It is very important to know and understand that this training is big and should be celebrated, right? That is very important. Symbols in your life that will grab your attention. Now, this is how they start that journey, the journey that you're going somewhere. they'll use symbol in your life, like some people they use animals, some people there'll be men coming to take you, right? Like this is serious. This is men, they're not even gonna negotiate. You know how they do these things. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. When I'm saying men, right? Remember that it depends on the kind of training you're going to. It depends who is coming to take you to that training, because it is special and it is important, right? So it is very big. It's very big. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. It's the most important thing. I get really excited when people are going through this. It is beautiful. Anyway, so the forms, forms of people and animals will depend on what your ancestors will know, will make you see them and not forget. So it's something that will grab your attention, right? So when that thing, when it happens, a lot of you, they get so so scared. But like I said, obviously if you don't know, you'll get scared, right? And some people will think they need to be going to someone, to a healer for initiation. No, this is self-initiate. This is when they're taking you to spiritual school. Yes, it's the same as you're going to a healer's house, but this time we are going ancient, the way people used to go in a particular place and to be with others, to train with others. So as well, you don't feel bad that I train by myself. Now they want you to be aware that now you're going to be training with others who are coming from different places, from different countries, right? The same way as when you go to Gobela, you find that there are people from different towns, different places, or different countries, right? It is the same even in this spiritual school. Spiritual initiation school. Yes, when you're meeting people there, you'll be like, what am I, how did I even get here? I mean, these people are like, okay, I should not get you too excited about this. Remember, each journey is different. Now let me get to the next thing, the arrival. When you arrive there, right? When you arrive there, it could be like you're in the forest. Remember that some initiation school, some Komas used to be in the forest. You'll be doing things in the forest, right? There'll be like a big hut, lots of people. You'll be doing some traditional games, doing some beautiful things. You'll be in a mountain, depending on the ancestors who are training you. Remember, they want you to experience how it used to be like to train as a healer. Proper training now. Okay, some people you will start in the hostel and stuff like that. Remember that it is what you understand, what you recognize, the symbol that you recognize. Some like you'll be thinking you're in a boarding school and stuff like that. Some you'll know you arrive to the country which is not what you're familiar with. Obviously, you'll even see that this country that you arrive in is different from your country, right? Because you're going to initiation school in another country. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You'll go into this beautiful. Anyway, so you have to understand the reason why they take you there, they make that symbol or for you to recognize, is because they want you to understand what function that place is got. Like if it's boarding school, you know that we are going to boarding school, we're gonna be there learning about different things, right? We're gonna be staying with others, sleeping around, sharing rooms with others. You understand things like that, because we're in the initiation school, right? Initiation school of healers. We are not talking here about the school when they're just training you on your own. Now this is special. We're talking about special now. Okay. And even when you arrive there and you feel bad, you start feeling like, do I really deserve this? Looks like I'm the weakest link, right? Here, looks like everyone else is stronger than me. Don't worry, it is normal, obviously. The fact that they've taken you there to that initiation school of healers, it means that you are strong enough to be there. You are the same as those people. It's just that you haven't yet recognize that bit of yourself, but as time goes on, you realize you belong there with those other healers that are training with you at the same time. So it is beautiful. Anyway, that was just that. I think there was something that I might have forgotten there. Okay, so remember that when you go to that place, depending on who is taking you there, so different training, different ancestors, depending on what they were going to be, the language. Now, When it was mine, right? Mine, I had to learn everything, which I'm still learning now, about the culture of Basotho. That was Basotho Koma. Now, I had to go to the Zulu Koma to learn about the Zulus and the Komas, the traditional healers in Zulu, how they do their things. Now, it means that as a healer, I understand that line because of my ancestors from that side. Now, I have to learn about the Vavenda ancestors as well. They want to take me to Koma, their Koma, so they can teach me about that. The Tsonga ancestors as well, they will take me to their Komas. So I have to learn about their Komas. So remember that when you go there, you need to understand the ancestors who are taking you there. So they will be teaching you, they will teach you about how they used to do things, their things, they will do them that way, traditional things, the history and stuff like that. So it is very important. That is the most important thing. And congratulations, the moment they're taking you there, that means you've been doing so well with them. As a self-initiate, it's not an easy thing. You've been doing very well. So now, if you do not know the people who came to take you, or the people who told you that you're going somewhere, right? You need, remember that as a self-initiate, your ancestors, they love talking to you. They love showing you something and you talk back to them. You need to ask them, who is this person taking me? That's question number 1. Question number 2, where are you taking me? Question number 3, have I arrived? If you see time, it's days you don't see you arriving. You have to show interest as well. You want to know if you've arrived, right? You need to keep on bothering your ancestor spirits and guides. You want to be in an initiation school. You want to become a stronger healer. So you need to keep on reminding them, how long is this trip going to take, right? Like I said, it can take a day, it can take a few days, it can take a week, it can take more than a week. So depending on where you're going to be training. That place, it is very important. It's very important. You need to ask your ancestors where you are. Remember that, where you are. We need to know. This is for us, for preservation. Remember that, preservation. So we preserve our spiritual sites. So remember to ask them where they've taken you. Number, okay, forgot about the numbering. Now, if they're still asking you if you're ready to go, that question, you should not sleep on it. When the moment they ask you if you're ready to go, ancestors cannot be playing you like that. You need to let them know then, the moment you wake up, I want to be in that school because it's beautiful there. There you're going to come back very strong as a healer. Remember, that training is very good for healers. So you'll stop doubting yourself as a self-initiate, because there you're going to be learning everything, proper stuff, like proper stuff, name of things, like big name of things. You all these things that we are holding, all these drums, everything, you'll understand why things, you're going to know a lot. That is where you're going to get a lot of information, knowledge and wisdom. You're going to come back really good, very strong as a healer. Remember, you're going to be running your own school, right? Even if you've started running your own school, but you want to run your own school and make sure that you're running your own school like in the ancient way they were doing things, right? It is beautiful. Maybe I'm the one who loves things like this. But if you are like me, you love things like this. You should not sleep on this. You need to find out where they're taking you and how long it takes for you to get there. It's very important for us. So you can share with us. Please, you can share those important things with us. When I'm saying with us, that when you're ready to share with others, you can share, because some of us we are ready for those kind of information. And Marcos,